what's up my peeps, and welcome back to Ireland Tries the Internet. Alright, I am tired. I am a student who's been reading a lot of research articles, so I want to turn my brain off, and I'm sure you do too. So here's my suggestion. Last week I went off a little bit much on Nintendo World. If you haven't seen it, please go watch it, because it took me some time to figure that stuff out, and I think it was fun. So I'm hoping other people find it fun too. Anyways, we're checking back in on some old-timey commercials. I need a laugh. I need something not crazy in my head. I don't need to think too much. I was going to do a video about the idea of young women and like hobbies and interests, and the fact that people make fun of teen girls a lot. But I just don't have the mental capacity this week to do that. And if you want to see that, please let me know by giving me a comment about how, wow, that sounds so cool, Ireland. Please do a video about that. I want to know what your opinions are about this stuff, because it's going to take more time to do that. So, just giving you a reference there. But yeah, I've looked at 90s commercials. I put a link somewhere on the screen. I don't know how sides work anymore. So, we're going to look at, instead, the last one I did 90s commercials, because I was born in 99. But I want to distance myself even further from the commercials. So we're going to take a look at 80s commercials. And I believe this is the same channel that I looked at before, but this is the 80s commercial vault. And I'm going to look at the episode 80s commercials volume 835. My oh my, are there a lot of commercials in the 80s, but I want to feel some 80s vibes. I want to hear the music, and I want to be transported to the past where I don't have to think as much about my current living situation. So, if you like me and you want to see me review more stuff, go ahead and click subscribe down below. I believe it's on this side. And click the bell icon. That way you get notified of whenever I make videos, which is every Friday/Saturday. It's really becoming Saturdays at this point. I'm sorry if you're looking forward to them on Fridays, because it's pretty much Saturdays, because I'm busy and tired, etc. excuses. And I'm sorry. So, expect usually Saturdays. I'm gonna just switch that up at this point. So, yeah. And if you're already subscribed, hello! I'm so excited to see 55 of you. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're having the most fantastic of days, filled with Pikachus and sunshine or rain, depending on which weather you like more. I tend to like more sunshine, unless I'm feeling dramatic. Unless I'm feeling dramatic and in kind of a dark academia kind of way, then I like rain, but I like the sunshine to uplift my spirit, and it helps with, I believe, serotonin, etc. There's been studies on that. I could explain further, but I'm not gonna. So yeah, that's the intro, a long intro. Sorry, we're gonna get started. 80s commercial, volume 835. Here we go.
That Joe's surrounded by Cobras.
Yeah, but that Joe's Sergeant Slaughter.
He's joined the G.I. Joe team.
So we're celebrating by giving away Sergeant Slaughter action figures, but you can't buy them in stores. You've got to earn them. Here's how.
Collect 5 Sergeant Slaughter certificates or call the number on the certificate, and Sergeant Slaughter will tell you how to get in on the action with only 4 certificates. There's a $1 handling charge. See details in specially marked packages.
G.I. Joe. Nobody takes on Cobras better than Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, Joe.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot to unpack there. We got a manly voice. That wasn't manly. Okay, that voice that I can't replicate is a very fake, interesting voice. I think I talked about this last time with the 90s commercials, but The 80s commercials are also rapid fire. Rapid fire. You're going to get 4 of these coupons. You're going to take them in. You're going to go to your G.I. Joe figure. You're going to go. Like, am I at an auction site right now? Because it sure feels like it. I feel the anxiety from this commercial coming on. Also, can we stop and appreciate the little call where it's just small hands? Like a super zoomed in of the phone and just going like this. Like, that kid's probably a hand model. But I just thought it was so funny because it looked so, like, it was such a weird angle. It's interesting that I was just talking about a little bit of dichotomy between boys and girls. This is surely showing itself here. Little boys love manly G.I. Joe figures. I actually had a few of those when I was a kid. But it's funny, the translation there.
Watch out! Here comes ScoobyDoo! It spills, thrills, and chills with your favorite canine sleuth. A roller coaster half hour of fun. Watch out, it's Scooby-Doo.
See it weekdays at 3:30 here on KCIT.
I love Scooby-Doo so much. This is the show that I grew up with. Was it actually made in the 80s? Someone let me know, because I don't know. But it's got Scooby-Doo, it's got Scrappy-Doo. I loved that show so much. And it's just got such a fun atmosphere with the little narrator. He's like, join us for Scooby-Doo!
Only we have a military attack group like the Combaticons. Transform Combaticons and attack the new Autobot city.
Autobots, this is our new city Metroplex. It can transform into a battle station and then transform again into the gigantic Metroplex himself.
But the Combaticons can combine to form Bruticus.
Decepticons attack! Transform Metroplex!
The Transformers from Hasbro.
Oh my, were there a lot of 80s technique in there. They got theme song going. No, I hold up 2. They got theme song going. Transformers, more than meets the eye. They got the visual masterpiece of a kid transforming. So bad. It was so bad looking. Oh boy, what else was there going on? There's lightning. This part right here. Another one of those awkward shots of just a zoomed in child hand holding something. Like, it's just so weird looking. Am I over analyzing this? Does this look normal to you people? Because it looks so weird where it's just like they just ignore the face. It's just entirely... I think I'm just comparing it a lot to common commercials nowadays where it's not so rapid fire, first of all. And then also, you show the kid's face when they show things. Like, there's not a lot of kid involvement here. It's a lot of, you show this, you show that. The kid's face turns into a robot. That's all the kid involvement. Like, oh, okay.
Share a little bit of yourself without even knowing. When you share a little bit of yourself, you'll find good feelings growing. Share a little bit that feels so warm inside. You share yourself and your heart open wide. When you share a little bit of yourself, you'll find good feelings growing. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
I wasn't expecting that. There's a lot to unpack here. First of all, there's the traditional 80s kid actors just being so plain and average. You better be a kid with a smile or else you're not getting this part. Because when you got kids that are just smiling and like, ha, I love making pizza. Were you really making pizza at this age? I mean, I wasn't. I don't know. Also, can we talk about... I was like, okay, so they're making a pizza. That's fun. This must be a pizza commercial. And it was like, no, it's not. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's about just being nice to your neighbor selling pizza. Again, pizza commercial? It's not. It's obviously not, because if you... Oh my god. I paused on the weird part. Look at this. That kid with a knife? That kid does not look old enough to hold a knife. I mean, also, what is with this knife? Why is it like... Looks like it's held the wrong way or something. What is it? The kid was like very intense looking when he was holding this and doing this. It's interesting direction choice. Can we talk about the singing? The singing is like so everywhere. It's like everywhere. There's no harmony going on here. I'm no musical theory person, but I can't be the only one that thinks it doesn't sound right. That they got people to do this, and it sounds that bad. There we go. Look at this pizza. That is like the most bland pizza I've ever seen. Somehow this pizza has everything on it, and also seems like it has nothing on it flavor-wise. It looks like a piece of cardboard with some gross cheese. It looks really bad. It looks bad. Like, if Domino's showed up, and I feel like this old man's totally just like, you know the meme of like, an avocado, thanks. This is this personified from the 80s, and then it's like, look, we made you a pizza, and he's like, oh, looks tasty. It looks like food. It looks terrible. It looks so gross. Like, I mean, considering the narrative of this is that kids made it, I guess it's good for kids making it, but in reality, we know the kids didn't make this for the commercial. Somebody made this. Who made this? Who is in charge of props and made that? They're never opening up a pizza shop, that's for sure. That's all I have to say about that.
Welcome to Hughes Farm, where great taste is always at home.
So you want to speed up the way we make our Hillshire Farm smoked sausage?
Oh, yes, with high-speed equipment.
Hold on.
But
young man, you can't rush great taste. We hand select lean cuts of pork and beef and smoke them slowly, gently, for the taste that other sausage just can't beat.
He's right. Try it yourself.
delicious. I wouldn't change a thing. Hillshire Farm, for our best taste.
I don't like what that... Who is this boy? Okay, in terms of narrative, who is this? Who are you? That was uncomfortable, the ending. I can't be alone in thinking that was weird. It's delicious. That's not a voice I want to hear in a commercial. That's for sure. And who are these people? Like, they're obviously not related because they're not like, hey, son. They're like, hey, guy, you want to go faster with the sausage making? Don't. Went a bit much there, in my opinion. Very strange.
What a game! And now, recap of today's highlights. Rookie Phil Barnes had a brush with the big three. A tough team looking for trouble. You could feel the pressure down on the field. Now look at this play, Raj. Their infamous orange ball. What a dirty play. But Chad Thompson turned it around. Wow! I haven't seen a move like that all season. Great game. Let the good guy in you shine through. From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
There's a lot of these Mormon commercials in this, which is really weird. I've never seen a Mormon commercial in present times. I don't know. Is that something I should look into? Will I be terrified? I don't know. I have an image of Mormons that's very specific. And it feels like they really have to enforce being a nice person, which is weird. I don't feel like you should need a commercial to say to be nice. I don't know. I feel like that's through like parenting and life experience. I don't like commercials are meant to sell you things or to like change your mind about something. And be a nice guy is not like if you're not a nice person, you're just gonna be like, oh, I should change that. Now that you mention it, I'm not a nice person, so I should fix that. Because this commercial says to. I don't know. Seems like a weird tactic where it's like you don't have nice people, and so you have to keep telling them to be nice in order to make them seem nice or be nice. Seems kind of like social conditioning more than a reminder. Because, I mean, you paid for a commercial.
Let's pretend you're a burger. Huh? First, we'll stick you in a box.
Hey!
And put you under a heat lamp.
For how long?
Who knows? Now, wouldn't you rather be a burrito supreme from Taco Bell? It's made with only fresh ingredients and only after you order it, so it never sits around like some burgers.
Can I come out now? Hey! Hey!
Taco Bell, the cure for the common meal.
What a weird tagline. The cure for the common meal, but also what a weird commercial in general. The guy in the pitch meeting said, "Hear me out. You are the burger." And they're like, "Okay, what?" And he's like, yes, they sit under heat lamps, and you don't want that. Like, okay. But in this scenario, what if I were to imagine I'm your burrito? I don't want to be eaten either. It's just unnecessary. I think that's the word, because the commercial message wouldn't have changed had it just been, look at this burger. Do you want to have this burger after it's been sitting under this heat lamp for a long time? And also the perception of the people who make burgers was a little bit insulting, just because it seemed like they were like a little bit sloppily dressed and kind of gross, and people of like a larger body size. Just a really kind of insulting image of people who work at fast food places who either sell burgers or just in general. But I doubt 80's was worried about being sensitive, so that's something I guess I need to keep in mind. Just, you didn't have to make us visualize being a burger to see that I don't want a burger that's been sitting under a heat lamp. Like, again, it wouldn't have changed if it was just, look at this burger that's under this heat lamp. It looks pretty gross, right? Why start with, you're the burger? Like, was this a fantasy somebody had? That's the narrative I'm getting. Very strange.
You've got to try this. It's a new Hostess pudding pie. All chocolatey on top. Yeah? And inside real vanilla pudding. Wow. Oh, so good. Can I have some?
New Hostess pudding pies. A crepe you could eat all by itself. And creamy vanilla pudding inside. Hostess makes real pudding taste really special.
Creep.
New Hostess pudding pies make real pudding taste really special.
Gotta try.
Whoa, what is that? I've never heard of this. It obviously didn't make it past the 80's, but it's like a pudding taco. Not a taco. Pudding calzone, I guess? Whoa, it's like a Boston cream pie. I think that's what it is, right? Like I think of the donuts, because I don't think I've ever had like a real Boston cream pie, but the Boston cream donuts, it's like that, but instead the donut was all pudding. That's weird, right? Am I the only one that thinks that's weird? Also, doesn't pudding have to be refrigerated? I don't know how comfortable I feel about warm 80's pudding. shoved in a chocolate shell. Maybe that's why I didn't make it. I was intrigued at first, but the more I think about it, the more logistically I think it's gonna be a weird thing for the pudding. It was so much. It was so much pudding. Was pudding a big thing? I mean, look how much pudding it is. Also, it looks like a Cocoa Pod.
What price would you put on your baby's eyesight, your baby's hands or legs, your baby's life? How about $35? Because that's all it costs to buy an approved car safety seat from a participating Texas automobile dealer. That's all you spend to help your child avoid injury or death in a collision. So protect yourself and protect your child with a car safety seat. It's the bargain of your baby's life.
This is a kids network. That was disturbing, to say the least. Very, I don't know, it felt uncomfortable. Just the image of right here, this guy surrounded by the babies made me extremely uncomfortable. I don't know that man. Just the way that he's talking so calmly about this. I know there's been a few commercials that have tried to do this same thing of like fear tactics of selling safety products. But always, I don't feel like it ever lands quite right with me. Just because it's so... I think something that causes a lot of discomfort among the audience is just how cold it is towards the subject matter. Like this guy is talking about, how much would you pay for your baby's eyes, for their legs, for their life? $35 is the price for this car seat that saves their life. Are you willing to pay that? Look at all these babies I have around me. It's just... And then the lighting and the music in the background is like kind of creepy and unsettling. And also this one where the baby's just climbing all over this thing. It just is weird. It makes me feel weird that all these babies are just climbing around all over the place with this guy. And it's weird. It's really weird. I don't know what else to say. Don't do that. I don't like that. And I think we'll end there. We've had a mixed bag of commercials here. From like fear instilling baby commercials, which are posted on a kids network for some reason. I don't know. To like snacks and kind of action figures and stuff like that. Very mixed bag. But I did get to see a ScoobyDoo commercial, which reminds me of my childhood, which is nice. So there's that intriguing assessment. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed these commercials. Let me know your thoughts on the commercials. Is there one that you think is the pinnacle of 80's? Is there one that made you extremely uncomfortable? Is it the baby one? Do you agree about that? Am I alone on this with that being weird? Or did that get you and you're like, well, I guess, I mean, if it sells baby car seats, fine. It didn't for me. So, okay, we're gonna end there. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you next week with another video. Bye!